Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial series for the ROS workshop. And throughout this series, we will learn how to set up VirtualBox, install Ubuntu 16, and install ROS, how to use the terminal efficiently. So let's begin by with the first part, which is setting up VirtualBox. And later on in the series, we will learn um, how to use the PID controller with the Turtlebot 3 and how to pick and place with the Baxter robot. Okay, so let's begin with the VirtualBox. We go to the VirtualBox site. We download the Windows package. Okay, I've already downloaded it. Now just go in downloads, double click on the VirtualBox and install it. Okay, so it will take some time to install VirtualBox, and while it is installed, I would like to make some comments on the use of VirtualBox. So since since many people did not have dual boot, we are taking the VirtualBox approach, but I would really recommend that you dual boot, even 25 to 30 GBs of hard disk. If you make a partition and install Ubuntu in it, it is very beneficial because that way you have full access to your RAM when you're running Ubuntu. But if you prefer switching from OS to OS and you have plenty of RAM, then you can use VirtualBox. Okay, so the only thing is that in VirtualBox you run two OS at the same time. So that is why you might run into some issues, and you will be limited. Uh, you will be limited in Ubuntu. Like, you won't be able to run many things. Okay, you'll be limited by the RAM. Yeah. So VirtualBox has been installed. Now the second thing is to download the Ubuntu 16 ISO file. So that's the link. This is the ISO file. Just click on it, download it. Okay. Now, setting up VirtualBox. Click on New. Okay, the name of your machine. Now we want to install a Linux type, and the version will be Ubuntu 64-bit. Okay. Now for the memory, since the system has about 16 GBs and Windows uses about 6 to 8 GBs, so I would give only 6 GBs to the virtual machine and leave about a buffer of 2 GBs. Okay. Virtual hard disk. VirtualBox. Choose VirtualBox disk image. Okay. And use a fixed size. So it is faster. Okay. Let's just go with fixed size and choose a size of 25. 15 or 20 GB will also work, but just in case you have to use it in the future, 25 GB is like even after the workshop, you'll have plenty of space to experiment in the future. Okay, so this is being created, and yeah, so this has been created, and let's just start this machine. Or do we have to go in settings? Yeah, we have to go in settings. So you go in settings and you click on storage. Here you choose the virtual optical disk. Okay, so add, and here you choose the ISO file that we downloaded. You just choose this one, click on OK. After choosing the ISO file, you click on start. Okay, so now this is very similar to booting from a pen drive. So when you do the dual boot. Okay, So you'll notice that here we have a very small screen. Like if your screen is full HD, then this is like 800 by 600. We will solve that very soon. Okay. So you just go on devices and insert guest edition CD image, and we'll see that. Okay. So let us install Ubuntu and Ubuntu 16. We can download updates and don't select the third-party software. Okay. Something else. Now, be extra cautious in this part because, especially when you're dual booting. In this case, it's fine. Okay, and click pictures of every step because if you mess up in the future, then you might need which partition you used and what was the name of that partition. Okay. So free space, right? Now, if you have like a conventional the spinning hard disk, you'll have the SDA, and for the SSD it was something else. I forgot. Never mind. So in free space, click on plus, and first of all, we'll select the swap memory. So 2 GBs of swap will be fine. Okay. So swap is used when your RAM is almost full. It's a good practice to have swap. Okay. Now click on free space again. Click on plus and choose primary. ext4 journaling file system we use is for installing Ubuntu. Okay. And yeah, so make sure that the device for bootloader installation is this one, the VBox hard disk, and click on install now. So this is an important step. You should click a picture of this, okay, because you should know where it is installed. And so this is very important for the people who are dual booting. Okay. You can see we have resolution issues. We will solve them. Nowadays, people don't use like virtual machines. They prefer using Docker. In industry also, people use Docker. So Docker has the advantage of it makes containers. So those containers have your operating system, and they can, like, suppose if you run Docker in Ubuntu 18, you can run Ubuntu 16 within that container, and like you can make a Docker file. So that Docker file basically has all the commands that you need to set up the Ubuntu 16. And the advantage of Docker is that it uses the basic components from your host system. So like suppose you have Ubuntu 18 and you're running Ubuntu 16, so they will have some common things. So Docker will use those common things, and the load on your RAM will be much lesser. It will run much faster as compared to a virtual machine. So keep in mind that Docker exists, and it makes containers of which are contained in themselves. Okay, so let's just pause this while the installation completes. Okay. Yeah, the containers, they are like whatever you do in them, it does not affect your host system. Okay, and it's much faster. And there's one more thing I'm forgetting. Like when you're running the container, then you have a Docker file, okay, that is used to make that container. And in case you mess up, you can just delete that particular container and use the Docker file to make a completely new container. So that is not an option when you're dual booting. You have to start from scratch. So that's a big advantage for Docker. Okay, so let's just pause the video here and wait for the installation to complete. Okay, so installation has been completed. Let's just restart our virtual machine. In a conventional dual boot, you'll remove the pen drive, but here just press enter. Okay. Okay, so the virtual machine will be restarted. Enter your password. Now we will try to uh, we will try to uh, repair the resolution issue, fix the resolution issue. Okay, so here you'll see that if you click on like this this virtual machine is running in this window, right? Here you see running, and here I would like to point out that there is a host key. So that is the write control for this application, and you press host key, write control plus F, you go in full screen. Okay, so you see that it does not have the screen is not like the resolution is it's like 800 by 600. Okay, press right key, right control plus F again, and click on devices, insert guest edition CD image. Okay, so it will ask you to this software contains like this VA box GA 6.1.16 contains software intended to be automatically started. Would you like to run it? Yes, run it. Enter your password. Okay, and let's just wait for it to get completed. I'll pause the video. Okay, so the process has completed, and just press enter. Okay, and now reboot the virtual machine. After you reboot it, I think we have to go in view and then we resize. Previously it was 800 by 600, right? So you can resize it to 1920 by 1080. Okay, so the resolution issue has been fixed. Ubuntu 16 has been installed in VirtualBox. Okay, so I'll just stop this video right here, and the next video will be installation of ROS. Okay, cool.